On the last episode. Oh, we need to name this thing. Um, Bop, Bop, but Boopy. No, that's not. So it continues. All right. So first thing I want to do is that. Yeah. Now hopefully our plants guy will actually take care of these trees instead of building the houses. And so now we get to the part where I'm going to probably start doing cuts as we start to make progress here and talk about plans and stuff in between all the cuts. Yeah. So for now, we just wait for them to sleep. Okay, and so morning passes over the rim here. And it looks like Christina just grabbed something to eat. She's getting started on building the houses. And unfortunately disturbing the sleep of our pawns here, but we can't really control that right now. I guess I didn't place the doors on these buildings yet, so let's do that really quick. And yeah, nothing really going on right now. I'm gonna let the pawns finish these buildings here, and then I'm gonna probably set up like a research station or something like that. So we can get started on research, because I really need to get, where is it, complex furniture and electricity going here. By the way, something I neglected to mention in the last episode is that the gear that I have everyone starting out with is just cloth shirts and pants on everybody. So nothing special. I didn't give them like, Thrumbo fur dusters or anything like that. Because obviously that would be very overpowered, so. And I am going to have to make a dumping stockpile for these chunks of rocks here pretty soon. Maybe once, maybe I will do that after we make the research lab. Is this guy trying to... This guy's trying to, like, make his moves on Christina, even though she has a lover already. Too late, Samson. Alright, so our pawns here have finished constructing the housing buildings, and I'm going to let them clean up the area, like haul these berries and whatnot, while we plan out our research lab, which will probably start out fairly small for now, and then once we start getting some technologies unlocked, we'll expand it later on. Maybe want to mine this out at some point so we have some more space. And then once we get our research lab done and stuff like that, then we will start plotting out where we're going to put our food. Well, actually, we might want to actually start that right now that I think about it. Because we don't really want to wait on the food any longer here. So let's find out where all of the rich soil is here. Because underneath all this grass. This might take me a second, so... Actually, let's see. We got a weird patch here. That there is also rich soil. And let's make this little area here be our rice crop for now. And then we'll make use of more of this rich soil later on. So we do that. Plant rice, and there we go. Okay, he should be hauling these instead. I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled for, oh, there's some down here. For some berry bushes, because we are gonna need some still, I think. So I'll let them get work on that, and then I'll start planning out the research lab. Oh, we have some extra rich soil up here too, just in case we need it. Okay, so it seems like they're finishing up here on this rice patch, and unfortunately Samson here has gotten pretty low on his needs. He keeps trying to fall in love with Christina, but she's already taken, and so he's taking hits to his mood, which I don't like. Luckily, when he eats food here, his mood should go back up a little bit, but that's... it's kind of a pain in the butt. But now that they've sowed this rice field, I think we should get started on our research lab, which I'm tempted to put it up here, but with all this mud here, it's going to be kind of a pain. Let's see. Maybe we'll like put it right here for now. And it doesn't need to be that big, so let's just put it like that. And can we even put down a chair right now? We can put down a stool. And then I guess we will just enclose it like that. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Because, again, this is all it's going to be, is just a research station for now. And it's just a temporary thing, so. We should put a lamp here, and then we will put a floor down here. Just because I'm pretty sure that matters to research speed, but I'm not too sure on that. I'll just be safe rather than sorry. Now, I could be making these buildings out of steel and stuff like that, but I kind of want to save our steel, because we're going to need, like, just a whole bunch later on. And so I think it's just better that we just make things out of wood for now, because it's super easy to build, it's super quick, and then we can worry about upgrading our walls and stuff later. And then once they get that research station done, we will go for complex furniture. Yes. And so nighttime falls over the rim again, and one of our guys here is going all the way out here to haul some steel back for us. Luckily, he doesn't need rest immediately, so he should be okay to finish that. And then our... Who? Is it Samson again? God damn it, Samson. He's hungry again, of course. So maybe eat some food? Oh no, he's gonna go rest. Great. So, yeah, that's day 2. We are slowly but surely getting our way through the rim here. Getting ourselves established. And while they sleep, I think I'm going to try and look for ancient dangers. I saw this the other day. I'm not sure... I don't think this is an ancient danger. I think it's just ruins in some mountain. And then that's marble. Okay. Ah, okay, so I finally found an ancient danger on our map, and it's this right here. Generally speaking, there are large buildings that are either built into the mountainside or sometimes they're just out in the open, rarely. But you can kind of tell them apart because they have solid walls all the way around them. And you'll be able to tell it's an ancient danger if you get a pawn to walk like right up against the wall. It'll have a little event trigger that it'll show. So we definitely have one. We probably have more, but I need to keep looking for them. But this is sort of what you're looking for here. And the reason why I look for them is because inside of them, there's some very important resources you can grab that'll really help out your colony, but there's more often than not a pretty big threat inside of here. Like, either there'll be insects that you have to fight, or there'll be like super geared up enemy pawns that you have to fight, or sometimes there's mechanoids that are guarding the place. So you have to be very careful when you enter these things, but the reward is definitely worth it. And so that's why I kind of want to scout where they are and maybe make a plan on how I'm going to take these down. All right, so Christina's up and early again today, and that's because she has the quick sleeper trait. So she doesn't need nearly as much sleep in order to start functioning again. And so she got up and finished this research table for us, and because she's our research person, she's going to get started on this complex furniture, which means we should be able to get our pawn's beds pretty soon, which will hopefully help Samson a lot because of his disturbed sleep and stuff like that. Awful bedroom. So hopefully she will get done that soon. And I've already queued up some berry bush picking over here, which hopefully Soma will start tackling during the daytime. Because we are kind of running low on food, so picking those will be nice. Get us a little stockpile until our rice starts growing here. And yeah, that's sort of the plan right now. I would like to also start crafting some weapons, at least for Samson, because he's our melee guy. And maybe a couple of bows and start sending our pawns out to start hunting some small animals and getting their shooting trained up. We'll see. But that's sort of the nearsighted goal for now. Alright, so we've finally got complex furniture done here. So the next thing I will queue up here is electricity. But now we can finally start making some beds for our pawns here. So what I will do is I will put the beds on the opposite side here. And I will also be able to make some dressers and stuff to help their sleep a little better. Which wood do we have here? We have an amount of wood. And I can also make a double bed here, considering no one's using that anyway. By the way, I had forgotten that in our ideal religion, I made it so that you have to be married before you can start sleeping in a double bed. Just on accident, I forgot to change that. Normally, it's not like that. So our pawns are going to be sleeping in separate beds, these lovers here, Soma and Christina, until they get married, I think, eventually. Then they can sleep in the double bed here, which is kind of interesting. I've never played like that before, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out. But I guess I'm going to make these beds. I'm going to chop down a couple more trees, and I'm going to make these rooms a lot more comfortable for our pawns here. Okay, so we have a visitor pop up on the rim here. Just a guy. Looks like he has asthma. He's from the Bisco Pact. His plant skill is pretty high, although we already have a cooking and plants guy, so he's not really a pawn that I would want to like capture and make prisoner. It would be nice to have another pawn, but if I want another pawn, I want him to be specialized in something that isn't what we already have taken up here. His shooting skill is okay, and he has a passion in it. His animals is higher than 0, so he would be useful. His traits are also not too bad. Psychically sensitive can be useful. But the fact that he has asthma is kind of a pain in the ass. And I don't think it'll be worth upsetting the Bisco Pact right now. Maybe later, but for now I'll just let him walk by, and maybe I'll get Samson to trade with him, and maybe we can get a tiny bit of silver, even though we don't really have many resources. Just a bunch of steel, really. Which we could sell. I mean, this map is full of steel all over the place, so it's not the end of the world if we sell some. But yeah, so this is basically just what I've been doing. More housekeeping. I've had Samson build some beds here, so hopefully our pawns will be a little more comfortable at night. And I haven't really knocked down much research because I've been busy trying to collect all these berry bushes over here. So we do have a nice stockpile of food for now. That'll last us a couple of weeks, which is nice. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at right now. I'm curious to see what this guy has. If he has anything useful that we could maybe buy off of him after selling some steel. But yeah, we're just, for now, watching Samson build this house. Okay, so it looks like the only thing this guy really has is this simple steel helmet that we would have to sell our components for. So I think we're just going to let this guy go on his way. And we will have Samson here eat these berries and then go to sleep. Hopefully. Or maybe not. Because I can't seem to force him to go to sleep. Oh, good. He'll just go to sleep himself. So yeah. After this guy leaves, I think I'm going to, during the daytime, I think I'm going to try and plant some cotton here so that we can have some cloth hopefully get started, because cloth is kind of important. And then I want to make a fueled stove so that when this rice finally grows, we can make simple meals out of it. And I've noticed that some of the animals out here already have been starting to get killed by the other wildlife around here, so every now and then if I spot something that I can maybe grab and bring it back, we can start cooking that into some meals too. But it's why I kind of need electricity so that we can start storing this stuff and not have it waste away. But that's the plan for now. Okay, so it looks like they have finally decided to finish the bedroom here. And I have set up a zone here for our meal preparation. This will turn into our freezer at some point where we'll hold all our food and meat and our medicine for now. And our fuel stove will be here and our butcher table will be here. Obviously, the freezer will become complete once we finally get electricity done, and then we'll need to work on batteries. And then once we get that done, we'll be safe to not have to worry as much about survival, because we'll be able to start stockpiling food, and yeah, things will be good. So far, our progress has been slow but steady, which is nice. And I've designated a zone here for making cotton, so once they're done constructing all this stuff, they'll go and take care of that, hopefully. And I've also made a stockpile zone down here to haul these chunks out of here, because they're kind of slowing our ponds down, and they're making the bedrooms kind of ugly, so. Oh, great, and we have our first event, Mad Hare. So we don't have any weapons to take care of this. However, I do think Samson should be able to melee the thing to death without too much issue. So let's just wait for him to get closer, I suppose. See which direction he's going to take, which will probably be up here. Okay. I'll let Samson eat these berries so that he's not mad while he beats up this hare. And let's send him over here, and hopefully he doesn't get beat up too bad. Oh, he stunned him immediately. That's good. Oh, and then he did take damage still. We don't even have medicine, really. Suppose I could get you to quickly harvest this stuff. And we will have this unknown bed become medical. Oh my god. Samson destroyed Poor bunny's tail. Now it's dead. So we will send Samson to go rest to get this bite healed up. And we will have Christina take care of him once we harvest this heal root. I should have maybe not have done that. Have him haul the heal root over there, but we'll have Christina go grab the herbal medicine now and then go tend to Samson. Luckily, this shouldn't be too bad. The only thing that could happen out of this is that it turns into an infection. And it's also bleeding, so eventually it will cause some damage, but we'll get it tended up here and then it'll be okay. 10 quality, 68%, that's pretty good. So Samson won't be in any danger here. And we got a hair out of that, which, oh, we have the stove made, so we can designate that for animal corpses. We just need the butcher table, though. Oops, I meant to do that. So we will quickly get this butcher table hopefully built. And maybe we can have a carnivorous meal made out of this thing. 2.4 days to take care of it, so hopefully we'll be able to bring that in and butcher it and make some meals out of it. Okay, we did get a butcher table, which is nice. Add bill, butcher creature, do forever. Cool. Alright, it sucks that it took out Samson, but hopefully he'll make a speedy recovery and then we'll have him back on construction duty. Because we kind of need as many hands on deck to build these buildings. But yeah. So while I'm watching our pawns they're making the kitchen, as I'm referring to it. It looks like we've been given the prompt to name our settlement here. So I think what I'm going to be naming our faction here is the Machinations. And as for the settlement, what is something tech related and a good name for settlement? Let's call it I'm gonna call it Factory Down. And I don't know why, but here we are. Do not ask me why I called it that, because I will not give you an answer. But we are really close to finishing our kitchen here, which means we will have a spot for our food, and we're getting closer to finishing electricity, which means we'll be able to start freezing our food here pretty soon, which is super nice. And it means, is that even supposed to be there? I'm pretty sure I made it so that it shouldn't go there. I think it's just because nobody has picked it up yet. But pretty soon we'll be done this, and I will be able to start worrying about other stuff, like finally getting this cotton planted. Which is super, super nice. All I've really done otherwise is just I've chopped down more trees for more wood. They've pretty much used all of it. Well, maybe not all of it, but they still haven't moved these chunks. I think once they do start moving the chunks, I might put down like a stone cutter table and just have somebody constantly making stone bricks. I'll probably put it over here, and I'll have to make a building for it. And they'll just constantly be making stone bricks, and it'll be super nice to finally get some bricks going, because then we'll be able to make buildings that aren't made out of wood. Which is useful, by the way, because if we have a fire hit us right now, we're going to get just destroyed. Oh, I do need to put some torches down in here, too. We got a transport pod crash, just as I was saying things. What do we get? Oh, it's a person. From the Reformed Anthrosunism. They're an undergrounder, which is super bad. Yeah. They're in mind-shattering pain. So they will die in 6 hours if we don't rescue them. But they don't have anything long-term that's really bad. They have a good construction skill, which we could use. Same thing with mining. But the thing about undergrounders, I'm pretty sure they have a negative trait. Let me look at this just really quick. Yeah, so this person has the undergrounder trait. I think what I could do is I could save them. Although I would need someone who's quicker than that. I think I can get you to do it instead. 6 hours to rescue this guy. It'll be close, even if I do rescue him, but I can rescue him and hopefully get some relations towards whoever holds this guy. Let's see. Whatever faction she belongs to. Sorry. She. I don't know. The undergrounder trait is so bad. This person would be so good if they just didn't have the undergrounder trait. But it's just unfortunate that I can't really realistically give them anything for their undergrounder. Like, they'll be outside most of the time, especially right now, and that's not good. They get a -3 mood debuff for that. Otherwise, they would be, like, perfect to try and add to our little town here. But I think I'm gonna try and rescue them, and then hopefully heal them up, and then we can get some positive relations to whoever they belong to here. Which I don't know who they belong to. It just says the Reformed Anthrosunism. Oh, so they belong to the Bisco Pact, I believe. So I can get some more relations out of them, which will be okay. I have another mod that doesn't have goodwill decay, just because it doesn't make sense for there to be goodwill decay for no reason. So yeah, let's go ahead and try and save them. We might not make it in time because 6 hours is cutting it pretty close. It'll take me probably 2 hours just to run down to them. We'll see. Let's fast forward this and see what happens. Oh, as I say that, we finally researched electricity, which is super nice. I will need to go for batteries next. Luckily, that's a quick research for us to grab. So now we have to figure out where we're going to put some windmills. I think right here will be a good spot for them for now. The unfortunate thing about our starting area is that we don't have tons of space because of this goddamn water. And I don't want to start putting all our buildings up this way because then they get farther away from all the important places like food and whatnot. I do need to make a table now that I think about it. A place for people to sit down to eat. So, maybe we make our windmills down here then. That way we have more space. Right here. We'll make our windmills right here. Let's see, how long do you have? 6 hours still? Oh, we might be able to rescue you then. 5. Maybe. We'll be cutting it close. We also don't have a ton of heal root either on us. That's okay. I think we'll try. I mean, if they get infections and stuff and they die, then that's... I mean, there's not much else we could do for them. They might even die in our arms here. Let's see. Wish I could still look at them. I guess not. So we get this door done. We can allow open for these doors. But we won't allow open for these doors because then it'll make our freezer not cold. So let's go ahead and put Slick down in the bed. Death in 5 hours. 8. There. He won't die anymore. Hopefully, he makes a full recovery. We shall see. Oh, they started to plant our cotton, which is nice. Well, I think it's because they finished this building here. So I think the next thing for our plans is I'm going to light up... why isn't this being built? It's because they don't have wood there yet. So I'm going to put down some torches in these buildings to light them up. I'm going to put down a table near our food here, and I'm going to set up our freezer using windmills and get our electricity going. And while we do that, Christina should hopefully be able to finish battery tech. And so we should be able to put down some batteries, and then we will have a constant electricity source. I have a mod that gets rid of the ZZT event because they're stupid and annoying. So batteries are actually good for a change. So that's why I want to rush battery tech and put down a couple of batteries and some windmills here. And that's the plan. So torches, table, and windmill. Cool. Okay, so it looks like I... Okay, so it looks like I healed the Slick lady, and she decided she wanted to join us. So now we have a another colonist here. It sucks that they have the undergrounder trait. However, their construction and mining will be super useful, and their plants is pretty decent, so they'll be really good at helping us build stuff, especially considering Samson and Christina take forever to cut trees down, so... They will be useful for us, however, their undergrounder trait is kind of a pain in the butt. When you experience the outdoors or light, she will never feel cooped up or get cabin fever. It's not bothered by darkness, so I can... Boop, cancel that. And then once she's done healing, I'll change her bed back to normal. And it's so weird that she's really good at... Well, she's good at construction and mining, so maybe I'll put her in the mountain here. And have her be like a stone cutter instead of really construction based. I know it's kind of stupid, but like... I don't know, it just seems... It just sucks, man. I don't like that she has undergrounder. But the good news is she has no expectations for indoors. Like, she can be cramped as much as she can be, and it won't be much of an issue. I would like to convert her, though. Which is kind of a pain in the butt. Oh god, she has high life and human primacy. Yeah, so I want to obviously convert her at some point. So maybe when she's healed, I'll turn it into a prisoner bed, and then have Samson capture her, and then slowly work on changing her beliefs. Samson, what are you doing, man? You're still trying to get with Christina? Come on, dude. Come on, man. Well, luckily we have another female colonist, so hopefully Samson will start trying to get with her instead. Alright, so we finally have battery. I think it's going to be weird putting it in a wooden house, but I think I'm going to put our battery in here. I will probably move it at some point, but I think this is where I want to put it. For now, of course, so. Yeah, so I'm still going to work on making our table here, and these torches, and the windmill. This area, by the way, I'm going to put a wooden floor down just to stop trees from growing and reducing our effectiveness of the windmills. And now that we have 3 people working on construction, it'll go by way faster. That's the idea anyway. Okay, so... Oh, Jesus. We have a lot going on here. I quickly went and harvested some more berries. And I had forgotten that we need to research air conditioning, so I got Christina back on that right away. We have our battery built. And we're getting close to finishing our table room here. However, we got hit with this raid just now. They have a steel club, looks like, or a wooden club. We don't have any weapons, but they don't have any clothing, and they are already quite weak. Too smart. Ooh. And industrious. Capable of social is not the worst thing ever. And they have animals, which is kind of nice. So we're obviously going to be sending Samson to go take care of them. However, we don't have medical beds. We don't have enough of them. So, what I think I'm going to do is going to quickly put down a bed and have Christina build it. And we're going to have another hospital bed, obviously. And I'm going to try and maybe... Because I'm going to be using my fists to fight this guy. So hopefully we just down him, and then maybe we could try recruit him too, because he is pretty good. He has 2 smart, which is a really good trait. And the only downside is he has no social, which is fine. We have some guy who could take care of social. And the other thing though is that they have these scars, and they're addicted to alcohol. This guy's gonna obviously be a target for getting a leg upgrade eventually. But I think we could deal with their downsides in order to get a 5th pawn here. So let's just go ahead and deal with this guy. The only thing I'm worried about is that Samson might get hit with something, because he is wielding a steel or a wooden club. But he does have Stone Skin Gland, and he has Brawler and Nimble, so hopefully it turns out alright. So let's see how this works out here. Oh, this guy's going up there. God damn it. Okay, he turned around. So let's hope we get a stun, kind of like when we fought the hare right off the bat. We did deal hit. Okay, we got hit ourselves. He has a bruise. Some more bruises. We did dodge there, which is nice. Okay, we downed them. They have nothing really that bad. Okay. Let's mark this for prisoner. Capture him. He has some heal root and some beer on him. Actually, let's equip the wooden club and then capture him. God damn it, Soma. I'll have you go and grab these. Once that bed is built, I will need to build another bed, obviously. Okay, for medical, let's go ahead and work on that. Hopefully Samson here will be okay. He just has some bruises, which shouldn't be too bad, and he'll heal from them really quickly. I do need this other bed built, though. Like, now. Okay, let's have you undraft, rest until healed. Oh yeah, now that we have this other colonist, I forgot I need to set their work schedule and stuff too. So let's put their sleep schedule where it should be. Let's assign them that. No drugs. So they have really good plants, which is nice. Construction and mining, so they will obviously be a construction and mining person. I will also allow them plant cutting because they have a high enough skill. So, by the way, the reason why I let everyone grow, but only a couple people plant cut, is because your plant skill determines how much yield you get out of harvesting stuff, like the rice here. However, your plant skill does nothing to determine like planting, sowing these plants. The higher your plant skill, the faster you'll sow plants, but that's not really much of an issue early because it's so quick to plant or to sow plants right away anyway. So that's why I only had Soma on plant cut, and now I'll put Slick on plant cut because they have a double passion and they have a decently high plant skill. I will not put them on smithing. I need to figure out who I'm going to put on these crafting and stuff pretty soon. I think I'm going to put Slick on crafting. Because you need someone on crafting in order to make stone bricks. So obviously, obviously we're gonna want Slick to be the stone brick cutter because I think I'm gonna put their house in here and they're gonna deal with these chunks and make bricks for us. Late game. Another thing I could do with this prisoner here is I could harvest their organs and sell them for money to get some early cash. However, I like that they have animals though. And their crafting is pretty good. The downfall is that they're apparently 57, which I'm just noticing now. Which is kind of bad because if I convert them over to the ideologian that we have, eventually they'll want to reverse their age constantly, which is kind of annoying. It sucks because they have the too smart trait, which is really good. But they have these alcohol, these permanent scars, which is kind of annoying. Well, let's see. Let's heal them up, and I will determine what I want to do with them once they're healed. And yeah. So I think that's what I'm going to do.
You look lonely. I can fix that.